Hi, good morning, everyone. So, welcome to another episode of The Perfect Cup with me, your host, Cindy Wong. And yes, I am going to be on my own today. And, well, for the record, I'm not really thrilled to be on my own, but I can get used to this. So, I hope you're holding your perfect cup of coffee or whatever it is you're drinking, whether you're a coffee drinker or a tea drinker. Please enjoy, savor it. And of course, before we get into the show proper, I just want to let you know, guys, about the updates of the publishing house. So, the publishing house, bookstore, cafe, and bar. Well, we were uh, we were just done with the first phase of the construction of the renovation. So now we're entering the second phase, which is basically it's going to be all about the decoration or the interior of the cafe. Well, we're almost done. We're almost done. This is almost the end of the renovation phase, and we are about a week away. Is it a week away? Because it's already 26th of May, and we're going to soft launch on May 3. Sorry, June 3. We're going to launch on June 3. So, wow. We visited the site yesterday, and we're going to visit the site again today. And well, we'll just have to check if everything's all good, and we'll try to get our systems running by then. Well, anyway, yeah, so don't forget, it's going to be on June 3. We give away free cookies and free potato cheese balls for every purchase. So, yeah, check us out. Mm, yeah, so I just sipped my coffee right there. Okay, so here's what I'm going to talk about today, the side project report. This report, well, it's kind of like how many pages is this? I don't know, it's about 150 pages. It talks about, pursuing your side project. And this was published by the Do Lectures. I'm going to show them right now. Hold on. So yeah, this is what they're all about. They hold or they organize annual talks or annual like 3-day talks or something like that. And all they do is encourage people to get into their dreams or to start their goals or something like that. But okay, so as you can see here on their page, they're talking about encouraging you. Well, you know what? I know a person who's like, oh, I'm not really into self-help books. Self-help books are bullshit, things like that. But to be honest, self-help books is all about helping yourself if you allow the book to. But if you're not that person who's open to helping yourself get into a place where you want it to be, then of course it's not going to help you. It's again, it all comes down into the law of attraction. If you believe na I believe na this is gonna happen to me in the future. Okay, it may not be now, but at least this is you have to stabilize your mental state before you get into that state itself. So if you're that kind of person who think that self-help books are bullshit, I mean, by all means, believe it. Kasi yun ang pinaniniwalaan mo di ba? But you don't have to tell other people who believe in self-help books na hindi yan totoo. People believe what they want to believe. So just let them be. But of course, this is a morning club. This is for the goal getters. This show is for people who have goals. So of course, I try to encourage you guys to be, to motivate you guys to get to your goals. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Kaya nga sabi ko minsan, paano ba to? Walang masyadong nanonood, wala masyadong hindi nakaka-motivate. But then again, if I give up now, then what is the message that I'm trying to deliver, 'di ba? It's not gonna be parang hindi, kung sinong maniniwala sa mga pinagsasabi ko kung ako mismo yung hindi naniniwala sa sinasabi ko, if ako mismo yung nag-give up agad sa simula pa lang. So yeah, this is me waking up early in the morning, and of course I don't really have the time to produce a proper show, but but waking up this early and speaking in front of the camera, doing live streaming, who in the right minds would do that? For me, it's kind of meditating. Yeah, this is a kind of meditation. It really doesn't matter if someone's listening out there or not. These are the words I want to tell people. These are the words that I want to tell myself, that I want to believe in. And I believe na this will get me somewhere. Because, ganun din naman nung nagsusulat ako in the beginning. Like, I was thinking, okay, who's gonna love this? Who's gonna love what I write? No one. But then again, it kind of developed into something more. So may mga dreams tayo na, may mga dreams somehow na ang nangyayari, it brings us somewhere. I might not be an awarded writer, but I help people publish, and I'm able to help people reach their goals. So like for me, okay, that's kind of a level up. It's kind of a level up, to be honest. It's not I know it's not what I expected. Not like why am I not an award-winning writer? Why could I not be, someone na tinitingala in the publishing industry? Like, it really doesn't matter na may tumitingala. But the thing is, the dream developed into something else. The goal developed into something else. It became much better, a lot better, because this is you helping people. And the same thing with my travel agency. So I was like I took a tourism course. That I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna be a flight attendant. Okay, I'm gonna travel the world. But then again, something like life happens, and something came into the picture. And what happened was, like, I started my agency instead. So it's like that. So yeah, go get your side project report. I got this from an indie bookstore. I don't think you're gonna get it from your local bookstore. But I'm going to start creating some information about this book. Side projects are important because they make starting easier. Yeah, so like if you're not really to push through to that big thing, you can start with this as a side project. You can start this as a small project. Okay, and you haven't bet the house yet. You haven't quit your job to make it happen. Your chances of eating tonight remain strong. I think that's the problem with taking the risk. It's really risky if you just okay, I'm gonna quit my job, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It's a big risk. So you don't know if that thing or that idea in your head is gonna work. So what you've created is an ecosystem that allows your idea to grow far away from the real world, a world that may not be quite ready for it. So you can experiment, you can iterate, you can test, you can pivot, you can stick at it for years without ever launching and still manage to afford your lifestyle. Okay, the safe ecosystem acts like the pair of stabilizers you use when you're learning to ride a bike. But there comes a time when you have to take them off and hope to hell you don't fall. The Side Project Report is here to help you on that journey. Okay, I bought this book last 2017, if I'm not wrong. It was in 2017. And okay, fine. I read this book before quitting my job, before being my own boss. And well, it took me years to do side projects, to do my stuff as side projects, and eventually, finally implementing them into the real world. Okay, what else? Most reports share one considered opinion, but ours take a global viewpoint. That's what I like about this book. There's no other book like this. Okay, so ideas change things, but ideas by themselves change nothing. So you have two options: to either talk about the change you're going to make, or stop talking and start. Okay, that's by David Hyatt. Yeah, so they conducted this Twitter poll. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so the question is, why hasn't your side project launched? So about 26% said it's about the money, they couldn't afford it. 5% said they need a team. And while 69%, wow, that's a lot, thinks they don't have the time. So that says a lot about, starting side projects. You really have to allocate the time. And of course, the team. Money, of course, it's also important. So that's why I would say you should fix you should manage your time well. You should manage your financials well before really starting on a side project. If you're like buried in debt, I would say please pay your debts first. Okay, so when it comes to your side project, what are you lacking? So 74% says motivation. Well, 74%, that's a lot. 74% says they couldn't start their side project because they lack the motivation. Oh, I can totally relate. I mean, I just want to give up this show right now because of the motivation. Like, why should I wake up early? Why am I waking up early? Okay, 12% says inspiration, 14% says innovation. Okay, and then there's another Twitter poll. Why would you start a side project today? 2% says to be the boss. Yeah, that's a small percentage, right? It's not really the main goal, to be the boss. The biggest percentage goes into to explore a passion. So that's 60%. To learn something new, 24%, and to make some money, 14%. So it's more on the passion side. And I would say it's the same thing with all of my ventures. It's all about to explore a passion. Like, could I do this? Could I do that? It's like pushing beyond. Can I, like, as a solo act, do this thing? Can I publish people's books? Can I start my own travel agency? Can I start my passion hustles? Yeah, I was like just exploring that, and well, it makes sense. Okay, I'm going to read another page for you guys again. Yeah. Okay, I think this is gonna be so important. Like, if you cannot get hold of the book, at least you can listen to this episode and say, "Oh, yeah, that episode is really like changed my life. That episode changed my life." Okay, so here we go. The first stage of doing is deciding, then committing. Again, let me repeat that. The first stage of doing is deciding, then committing. But deciding isn't doing, committing isn't doing. Doing is doing. By all means, write up your idea, tuck it up too, get buy in, get amped, get ready. But on no account be unaccountable, if only to yourself. Look at it, let it eat at you, motivate you, inspire you, fill you with fear and joy, though you'll find that they won't always be in equal measure. Then do what you need to get done. Anything else is just thinking about it, talking about it, planning it, playing at it. OMG, this gets me. I mean, I've read this book like many years ago, and then I'm rereading this now. Okay, again, if you're new to the show, I'm reading the side project report. Okay, the last statement. Let me just repeat that. Anything else is just thinking about it, talking about it, planning at it, playing at it. Okay, so sabi ko nga, this gets me because, okay, looking back, I admired this show called, Monocle. It's also a magazine, Monocle magazine, if you've seen that. You can check them out, monocle.com, monocle.com. And I used to get their magazines, like their thick magazines. I'm subscribed to their magazines, and I'm also like I was an avid listener to their radio show, and I was like, oh God, I want to do this. I want to do this kind of radio show. But who listens to radio? Well, apparently me. I still listen to radio, but like they kind of they're playing international music, so yeah, and then at the same time they're exploring different businesses, and they tell you about the news, of course. I mean, it's still like the publishing house or whatever it is, the perfect cup is still far, 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 far from monocle.com. But here we are waking up early this morning. Who knows, after 5 years, 10 years, we could be the next monocle. Okay. Mhm. Okay, next one. Deciding isn't doing. Making a to do list longer than you are tall isn't doing. Telling people what you're going to do isn't doing. Doing is doing. Show up every single day till it's done, then show up some more just to be sure. Surprise your enemies, delight your allies. But most of all, win the war with yourself. This may mean getting comfortable with discomfort. This may mean discovering awkward truths about yourself, but it may also mean you get to live the life of your dreams. And don't let perfection be the enemy of good, a Voltaire said. Or more pitifully, fact perfection, as Victor said. You might get lucky, your project might turn out to be as simple as a walk in the park, but most likely it will be as tricky as catching lightning in a jar. Don't let that deflect, deter, or discourage you. Only one person can do what you want to do. Only one person's opinion, and more importantly, actions matter. We think you know who that is. Never not do. Oh, diba? Like, it's, wow, it's so inspiring. Okay. Okay, again, I want to tell about data. Here, we're reading the side project report. They asked 100 people to tell them about their experience with side projects. The point was to find out what they didn't already know. There were no word limits, no specific requirements, and no scripted answers. Like, wow, this is a lot of graphs right here. Toot, 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 toot. Yeah. This is a very useful book if you're going to pursue your side project. But I think what you need to do now, if you're going to pursue one, is to basically start it now. Well, what else? What else? What else? I wanna tell you more about. Okay, they also interviewed this guy from Slack. Slack is a big thing right now. Slack. Can you imagine that? Do you know that he also started Flickr? So Flickr. Okay, he said here in 2007, we started a company that produced Flickr to build an online game. Flickr was a side project. It got more popular and then it took over the whole company, but it certainly wasn't what we intended to do. See, side projects. They started an online game, and then Flickr was like a side project. I'm not sure if Flickr is still operating now, but again, this is an old report. This guy eventually started Slack, which is now kind of like a big thing, like for like working with teams. What else? They also interviewed people from who else? I saw one interesting article here. Okay, so they also interviewed Charles Adler. So he's an entrepreneur, designer, and a lifelong nomad. And can you guess what he started? He started Kickstarter. So he started Kickstarter and eventually left the company, because he found that like after years and years of working on it, it's time to move on to the next thing. And I think this is the common denominator for entrepreneurs. After starting one project, there will be a time, okay, I want to get back into the thrill again, because a business or like a startup goes into a sort of paano ba? How should I explain this? Sort of a paano ba yun? Cycle. It goes into a cycle. Okay, in the beginning, you're excited. You want to do many things about it. You want to explore. And that is the most exciting part. And then when you get into the middle, you're more of, okay, how do I make this survive? How do I make this company survive? Which can be a little bit daunting. And a lot of entrepreneurs, they just want to get that thrill in the beginning. So eventually some people would sell their companies. And that's what happened to Charles Adler. He sold Kickstarter. So he was turning 40 and he saw what he was able to accomplish, and he felt that the team he had built, company they had built, it was in a solid position and he's ready to like for whatever comes next. Okay, yeah, maybe I can allocate another episode for the side project report. I think that's enough for today. What I'm going to share with you is their Twitter. Their Twitter is also worth following. Why? Because they share a lot of helpful stuff. Like for example, the thing right here. Okay, where is that? What the 100 tools? The 100 tools for an easy life. 100 tools for an easy life. There you go. Let me make that screen bigger. Okay, the 100 tools for an easy life 2022, written by the Do team. Yeah, it's all about productivity. So life is busy. There's no getting away from that. But there are ways to make our busy lives that little bit easier. I'm going to go through the list later on, but let me just go through them one by one. The first few, one by one. So first is productivity. Cold water swim to start your day with mental clarity. Well, alas, there's no swimming pool nearby. There is one, but it's like 15 to 20 minutes walk. Okay, what else? Rev to convert audio and video to text. Oh dear, I need this. I need someone to transcribe my audios. What else? 9 audio headphones to relax at home without distractions. Hunter, find email addresses in seconds. Oh, is this real? Buffer, all you need social media toolkit for small businesses. Okay, I'm gonna check this out later on. Toggle, tools to elevate productivity and eliminate stress. Vidyard, online video platform, making remote selling easily. I'm not paid by the Do lectures. I just want to share these very valuable productivity tools. Okay. Zenny blocks. Oh, it's not available here. Cold turkey, block distractions or even the entire internet. Yeah. So if you want to block distractions like this podcast, you can use cold turkey. Take a break. For minimalistic Pomodoro-based focus timer app. Okay, so check out Take a Break. And for writing, there is this Ghost app, a powerful platform to publish and share business content. Okay, and this is another one, the most dangerous writing app. If you stop, writing all will be lost. I don't think I want to. I don't think I need that in my life. I cannot pronounce it. Okay, it's a notebook. Writing by hand is thinking on paper. But for me, talking here is like thinking on like using my mouth. Oh dear, that sounds wrong. Okay, Evernote. Yeah, I'm using this Evernote to organize your life with this note-taking app. Want blank pen? Oh, come on, that's advertising. Noisely, background sounds that mask annoying noises to keep you sane. And Brain, functional music to improve focus in 5 minutes. Okay, I'll check this out. Answer the public, discover an untapped goldmine of content ideas. Oh, why not? Cliche Finder, find cliches in your writing so you can remove them. Hey, this is for writers. Oh, Transcribe, take the pain out of transcribing recorded interviews. Can I visit that? Because well, he's going to finish his internship and I won't have my transcriber anymore. Okay, what else? Research, the Hacker News. Okay, we can go on and on and on. There's also Google Scholar. Oh, Uber suggests I use this for my SEO game. Add espresso, find the right audience. Okay, so yeah, this list can go on and you can check this out. Okay, should I read another side project to end this show? I think I can, because why not? This is my show. Okay, I hope I'm still making sense to you guys, and I hope you're still enjoying your cup of coffee or tea while listening to this. What else do we have here? Okay. I wanna read some motivating shit. Maybe the end part of this. Okay. Okay. Wow, this is gonna be important. Okay, listen up. 3 zones. There are 3 zones. Okay, let me do this. Okay. So there are 3 zones: comfort, learning, and panic. We are always in one of them. And the only way to navigate between them is to jump. When we're in the comfort zone, things are normal, surroundings are familiar, habits are set. It's not that life is perfect, it's just known, it's easy. When we feel like there's something more to do or explore, we jump. If we land in the learning zone, things feel new and uncertain, but also exciting. Comfort is left behind. We don't have all the pieces of what we're searching for, but we can ask questions, set goals, and test new habits. We can work with people and create new things. But if we jump too far, we go straight to the panic zone, the place where things snap, vision blurs, and logic is non existent. We can't think straight when we're overwhelmed. When we panic, we feel alone. We lose sight of the people around us. The only way we can jump back onto the learning zone is with help. In order to shrink the panic zone, you have to push out on the walls of learning. When you practice this, the comfort zone will expand with your confidence and opportunities. It will feel boring to stay here for too long. The learning zone will also expand, not because you know less, but because you're aware of how much there is to learn. Your curiosity will drive you forward. And the panic zone will shrink because fewer things will freak you out. Yep, that's it. I hope this episode is helpful for you guys. If you're starting your side project, go ahead and do it. Doing is doing. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye. See you tomorrow.